Hi, I'm Linda Burkhart. I'm a special educator by training, and I've been in the field since 1974, working with the most complex children with the most complex needs. So children with severe physical challenges, complex communication needs, and often visual challenges such as CVI or brain-based visual challenges. I present trainings around the country and internationally in the topics of augmentative communication, adaptive play, switch access, and a variety of assistive technology strategies. I also work directly with students and their families, sometimes adults as well, so that I have the opportunity to try things out with real situations before I implement them in something like a product.
And I am Quinn. I am an independent educational consultant. I've been working in the field of education since 1985 as a teacher, trainer, national and international presenter, and developer of learning resources. My background is in special education, technology for students of all abilities, and differentiated instruction for meaningful inclusion. Over the years, I have co-authored several collections of ready-to-use educational activities for different software applications and mobile technologies. I've known Linda for many years, and I always enjoy working and presenting with her. Today, we will talk about Linda's latest collection. The name is Switch On Literacy. So, Linda, what can you tell us about this collection?
Let me share my screen and show you what it looks like. So this is a collection that works in the software Mind Express from Jabbla in Belgium. And it's a collection of ready-made activities plus customizable templates that allow teachers and therapists and families to customize activities for their individual students. These activities are extension type activities or practice activities, not a standalone curriculum. It is a group of activities that supplement or go along with a robust, comprehensive literacy program. Some of the activities allow the individuals to explore and practice different early literacy concepts. That allows them to look or read or listen to books, digital books, and interact and create their own books. And also to use videos from YouTube or downloaded videos to be able to extend curriculum concepts that might be being studied in the classroom. All of the activities are built with strategic feedback so that each time the child interacts with an activity, instead of it just giving a visual wrong or something, it gives actual feedback or teaching or instructional kinds of things so that the student can learn through that interaction with the feedback.
So, who is this collection designed for? Who is your typical student that is going to benefit from this collection?
The activities in this collection are designed for children who use switches to access the computer. They're designed to be used with 2 switches and 2-switch step scanning with no timing requirements. There is built-in supports throughout every activity that supports children who might have visual challenges, including brain-based visual challenges such as CVI, so that vision is supported but not required to do each of the activities in the collection.
Okay, wonderful. I see on your screen numerous folders and different tabs, different colors. So can you show us what is included in this collection and how the content is organized in it?
Sure. So probably the easiest way to learn generally about the collection is to open the directions here, where there is information under each of these buttons talking about what the collection is about and how you might set up your switches, switch interfaces, things like that. It'll talk about the portals and templates as well as launchers. It has keyboards that are a variety of different keyboards for writing with the alphabet. It also has a number of activities that use co-planned writing some along with the alphabet as well. There are games to explore and play with that include letters and sounds and words. So phonemic awareness activities, things like that. There's sections about books that children can listen to, watch, interact with, and even create their own books, as well as accessible YouTube and downloaded videos so that they can explore content related to what they might be studying in the class. If I go back to the portal, by clicking here, you can see that the activities and templates are arranged in groups or folders. If I click on a group, it opens and you can see what's in it. This group is called Co-Planned Write Notes, Stories, and More. And it has templates, they're always in green, and activities, which are in blue, and there's more on the next page as well, that you can look at. The sample activities give you ideas of how you can customize, and all the templates allow you to make very specific activities for individual students. If you go back to the home button here, it takes you back to the portal.
I see the word launchers there. Can you show us a launcher and see what's in that launcher and how the student might use the activities in this collection?
Sure. We use the term launcher to give the individual access to the activities that they can choose and interact with independently. So it's a place where they have a grid of the things that they can scan through and select whatever activity they'd like to use, get in it, get out of it, go try something else, and be able to have access, kind of like a bookshelf, pick off with this book or that book, whatever you'd want to do. I have a sample launcher here that I made from one of the launcher templates. So I'll open that one to give you a sense of how a launcher works. It opens up, and these are categories of different activities. So when the child activates their switch, and I will simulate that by pressing the number 1 on the keyboard, when they activate their switch, it starts naming the items that they can choose. Each time I activate the switch,
YouTube,
it goes to the next.
read a book, writing, make a card, create a book,
And it goes back
letters
to the
and sound
beginning.
games,
So I will open one of these. I will go to letters
and sound games,
and sound games, which brings up another page of different activities that I can interact with in this category. So if I go down to make 3-letter words
back to start, make 3-letter words,
and select that, this is a ready-made activity that allows individuals to successfully play with combining a beginning sound and an ending rhyme. The child always starts the activity. When it doesn't start without them, they activate their switch 1
click to start,
and then activate switch 2,
See if you can make.
and the activity starts.
Some letters for you to choose.
So they activate their first switch,
B, B,
activate it again,
C,
activate it again,
D, D.
and then if that's the one they want to select, they'll go to their second switch.
D, D. Let's make the word. Starts with D. Now choose an ending.
And they have some choices. All endings in this activity make real words. This is just to explore and play around with the concepts.
Add, add, id, id, og, og,
Let's pick that one.
d, og, og. First you take a D, D. Then you take an og, og. Put them both together and you've got dog, og, og, D-O-G, dog.
And a picture comes on silently.
Dog. A dog says, woof, woof. Dog, dog. See if you can make a word. Here are some letters for you to choose.
When the child's finished with an activity, they can get out of it by going to the stop sign or done.
B, B, C, K, D, D, F, H, M, R, S.
Stop.
And they select that,
Done. Finished with that.
and it goes back to their launcher. And so they can
Letters
use a
and sound
different
game.
activity. If I pick that again, let's go and
Back to start.
try rhyming pairs.
Make 3-letter words. Alphabet book. Beginning sounds game B. Find words that start with B. Find words that end with T. Find words that have an A in the middle. Syllable game. Find the rhyming pairs.
Okay, I'll select that one.
Rhyme.
Okay, again, the individual starts it by activating their switch 1 and activating switch 2
Click to start the game.
so that it doesn't start until they're ready for it to come on.
Find pairs that rhyme.
So the instructions are find pairs that rhyme. In this one, it's set up so that some rhyme and some don't.
Rhyme. Snot boot. Grass cry. Gas grass. Crash smash. Pickle tickle. Toot boot. Barf scarf.
They can pick whichever one they want.
Barf scarf.
Barf, scarf, scarf, barf, barf, scarf. Yep, they rhyme.
And that's the strategic feedback.
Find pairs that rhyme.
Okay, so let's pick one that does not rhyme.
Snot boot.
Let's try that one.
Not boot.
Snot, boot, boot, snot. Nope, those don't sound the same. They don't rhyme. Find pairs that rhyme.
Okay, and then once again, when the child wants to be done with this activity, they just simply go down to done. They can go as quickly
Rhyme, snot
as
boot,
they
grass,
want,
grass, crash, smash,
just
pickle,
hitting
tickle,
that
toot,
switch.
barf scarf. Done.
and then select it.
Done. Finished with that.
Okay, so that's how the launcher works. Let me go back to the portal by going to Menu Portal to show you how I would use a template. I'm going to go into the co-planned writing, the co-planned writing notes, stories, and more. And that opens with the templates in green or sample activities in blue. And you can see there's several pages of those here. I'm going to go back and do an example using the writing notes template. I'll click the template, which opens the activity. All templates on this collection use this yellow button here. They start with a page of directions. And it's a good idea to kind of take a picture with your phone of the directions, and that way you can follow along as you customize. But once you click this button, the directions go to the end of the activity, and it makes a clean new activity for you to customize. You can name it anything you like. Since this is a writing a note, I will call it Alex Notes to Friends. You might have other versions of this activity. He might have other versions of this activity for writing notes to family or other kinds of things. So I'm going to give it a particular color so it'll make it easier to find later. And then I'll say, okay. The activity is now ready to customize. So you can set up phrases by clicking here, and it goes to the options that the child will be presented with when they're scanning. Since this is for friends, if I go to Edit, Menu, Edit, I can change this blank name to one of the friends. So I can say, Dear Simon, and I would change it down here as well. And I might make this one to Fran, whoops, Fran, and I would also change it down here. Okay, and then I would continue changing them. You can hide and unhide whatever buttons you want. Going to the next
So the ones
page.
with the red cross are buttons that are non-visible.
Right, they
in
will be
this-
hidden. And if I was doing this with a student, I'd have to fill in these two with specific friend names, or I would also make those non-visible.
Okay.
So I'm going to go to the next page. These are some general opening type statements. You can change them as you like, or you can leave them the same. And then when you get to very specific type statements, this is something that you want to carefully co-plan with the individual so they get to decide what kinds of things they can write about in their notes. So you co-plan either by giving them some list of choices, using their AAC system, using a variety of different photos or things that might be available in the classroom. You decide on things you might want to add, and the individual says, yes, that's the one we want to put in. Then we edit it for them. So maybe they don't want, I did great in math today. So we might change that. And we might write something like, maybe they're having a science fair. So I might say, we are having a science fair. And then I would copy it using the Control-C on the keyboard. Say, okay, because I also have to put it down here in the text bubble. So click that pencil and I'm going to write it or paste it there. Okay. So now I have it there and you see it comes up here. I could similarly change all of these different ideas of things that the individual might want to say by co-planning them with that individual. Going to the next page, some sort of generic kinds of things to say, but these also are good to co-plan with the individual. And turn transfer questions. Again, you can change those as needed. And then you'll want to have the child sign their note. So you'll change it, and where it says name here, you'll put the child. Since this is Alex's friends, I'm going to sign it, love Alex, change it here as well. And same thing with catch you later. I'll put Alex and catch you later, Alex. And I would do your friend Alex. And then there's also an option. Well, I'll change your friend Alex. We'll make it all customized. Alex, and I'll put Alex here. And there's also an option for writing your name with the alphabet. After I've completed all of those things, then I'm going to go to menu, save it. And before I get out of it and say done edit, I think I'll go back to the first page. There we go. And then I'll go done edit. I could also have just opened it again and it would start at this page. Now it's set up for Alex's notes to his friends. And if he uses his switches,
Start new writing.
he selects the first one.
Pick a person who will get this note.
Dear Simon.
If he wants Simon, he selects
Dear
that one
Simon.
and it comes up in the message window.
How do you want your note to start?
Guess what? I have something to tell you.
Other
Wait till
option.
you hear this.
If I select that one,
Wait till you hear this.
it comes up and is highlighted in the
Dear
message
Simon.
window.
Wait till you hear this.
Choose some news to tell.
We are having a science fair.
Okay.
I did a good job. We are going someplace special soon. We went for a drive. I had a Zoom call today. I went to the doctor's.
Pick that.
To the doctors. Dear Simon. Wait till you hear this. I went to the doctor's.
Pick something you want to tell this person.
Isn't that awesome? It's great. Crazy. Don't like it. Boring.
Boring. Dear Simon. Wait till you hear this. I went to the doctor's. Boring.
Pick something you want to ask this person.
What do you think about that?
What do you think about that? Dear Simon. Wait till you hear this. I went to the doctor's. Boring. What do you think about that?
Can I ask you something, Linda?
Yes.
I noticed that you are using two different voices. One is for feedback once you use the switches, and the other one actually reads the text. Is there a way to change the voices so a student can have a young child voice or a different text-to-speech voice engine?
Absolutely. Let me show you that after we finish this letter. So in this case, I was going to show you, he could sign it
Love, Alex. Catch
with
you
one of
later,
these
Alex.
pre-co-planned
Your
messages,
friend, Alex.
or he could also
Read
sign
your
it
name with the alphabet.
with the alphabet. So he could select that and an
Write your
alphabet
name with
comes
the
up. So he can use inventive spelling to spell his name.
Read message.
Just show you an example of how a scanning alphabet
Controls are
might work.
done. A, B, C, D, E.
If he selects that and then selects that,
Okay.
it goes into the message window.
Read message. Controls are done. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J,
Switch again.
K, L, M, N, O, K.
Switch.
L.
Select it.
L.
And if he's done,
Read message. Controls are done. Red name, space, delete letter, uppercase shift, done writing.
and when he's done writing,
Now pick something to do with your note.
he gets to pick something to do with his notes. And these are a variety of things. He can show the
Show me
text.
the text.
So for a child with some vision, just looking at it, doing the visual reading of it, it highlights behind each word, but it doesn't speak it out loud. He also has some options for
Show me the text.
reading it with whatever voice you assign, that I'll show you in a minute, and reading it
fast.
fast, such as,
Dear Simon, wait till you hear this. I went to the doctor. Boring. What do you think about that?
or read it slow. He can
Show me
also,
the text. Read fast, read slow. Text this, please. Save, email, print.
so this is set up so that you can have an email address assigned to him within Mind Express, and then he can email it to someone, save it, or print it. And the print options ask the teacher or someone, it says, "Okay, can someone help me print this, please?" So that they can help him print, but it will print what he wrote. Or they can pick
Save.
none of these,
Email, print. None of those.
and it goes back. And then at the end, you can write another note or be done. Let me go back to write another note so I can talk to you about the voices.
Show me the text. Read fast, read slow. Text this, please. Save, write another note.
Do you want to save your writing?
It asks them to save.
Yes. No.
No. Okay. Now, here, on many of the activities, we have some activity-specific settings. So I can open the activity-specific, and I have something called advanced voice settings. This allows me to define which voice reads it, which is going to read it fast, which reads it slow, and which voice is not going to be out loud, but it'll be silently. It'll give you the speed and the rhythm of the silent voice. And we can edit that to change the voices that you download with Mind Express when you get Mind Express. So for example, if I go to the pencil to edit the change voice here, I get a list of different voices that can be used to read. So for example, you ask for a child's voice like Ella, I can use that to read it, and I can make different voices for the other ones as well. Then I go back, and now when I use it, it'll be,
Start new writing.
Pick a person who will get this note.
Dear Simon.
I'll write it, and it'll be Ella that'll read it.
Dear Simon.
Okay.
How do you want the note to start?
Now, Mind Express also, and I'll go back to the portal for this, no, I'm not going to say that, has an option of changing the voices for the whole profile or a whole portal. So if you go to menu settings, there's the speech voices here, and you can pick your main voice, and you can also pick the voice that is the scan voice down here, and you can adjust the volumes and the settings there. So you can have different voices be scanning. It's good to have a very different scanning voice than the actual speaking or reading voice, so that the child begins to know the difference between them. Those settings affect all the activities, but the individual read fast, read slow, those voices are specific to each activity.
And they are temporary, right? Because once you exit the activity, you go back to your preferred voice, correct?
So it saves it for that activity. If after you set it for the activity, you save that activity. But as you go back to the portal, yes, your same voice that you have assigned for everything will come back.
Okay, wonderful. What is the difference between the light green templates and the darker green templates?
So these are the writing templates, and in writing, sometimes we use a keyboard. And so the ones that use an alphabetical order keyboard are in the lighter green, and the ones that use the same activity, but instead of the alphabetical keyboard comes up, a frequency of use keyboard comes up. That's an alphabet designed with the most frequently used English letters in the first order of the scan. So it's much more efficient for children once they learn the order, or once they get familiar with that keyboard layout, they can be much more efficient in their spelling of or attempting of spelling of words. Okay, the
Okay,
activities are the same. So for you all see, these are all light blue activities. So these would all be ABC order. And if you have some dark blue activities, they would be activity samples at the frequency of use order.
Okay, so there is a difference in the shade, in the tone of the color according to the ABC or frequency of use. Now, all these activities that you just demonstrated have a keyboard included, but are there standalone keyboards? If I don't want to write a note, but I just want to use the keyboard to learn how it works, are there templates
Sure.
for that?
Absolutely. I'll go back to through the home button here to get back to the portal. And we'll go to the second page of the collection. And on here, you have keyboards. These are sample keyboards at different levels. So the very simplest keyboard is just the alphabet. And then we add numbers. So you have just a simple alphabet scribbling type keyboard. If you want to add numbers, you use this one. This one adds punctuation and numbers. And this one also adds the word prediction ability. The frequency of use one has all of those in the most advanced level with word prediction. But you can turn that part off if you're not ready to use the word prediction part of it. And there are some sample keyboards, so I can show you what they look like. This is the alphabetical order. You saw that in the write a note one. This is very simple, just your basic letters, and it's just lowercase. Let me go back to the portal. Let's show you a frequency of use keyboard. And here you have it in the order of the most frequently used English letters in words. And over here, hidden in this first column, is a place that would have the word prediction. So if I go to edit, you can see it's hidden under there. And the word predictions could come up as a column saying word prediction. And then you hear each word spoken. That's usually instituted later after the individuals had some opportunities to explore with just the alphabet. Okay, so I'll go out of edit mode, and that's what it would look like. And it would scan like
Read
this.
message. Controls are done. EAIOU TNHLG.
And you
T.
select. And you select the one you want, and it goes in the message window. So those are just the plain keyboards, and they're available to do any types of writing activities that the classroom might be working on.
Can you go back to the homepage or open that keyboard again, please? Because I have
Oh.
another question.
Okay, let me go back. Portal. The frequency
The
of use one?
example. Yes.
Okay.
So I see on the homepage. Oh no, can you go back to the homepage, the first page of the
Oh,
activity?
sure. So we'll
Please.
go to the portal and open it and not go on. Okay.
Correct. Okay, so here on the right side, I see activity settings, and it's something that I saw on another activity. Can you open that and show me the colors? I see there are different color schemes.
Yes. So I opened it before just to show you the voice settings, but there are also settings for the keyboards. There's 3 options. You can have a keyboard with the black letters on white with the vowels on a slight pinkish salmon color. You can have the keyboard where the keys are black and the consonants are yellow and the vowels are red. Or you can have the keyboard where a whole column is a different color. So depending on the individual's vision and their specific needs, you would pick one of these keyboards. And then once you pick the keyboard, you would decide how you want the text to look. So maybe you've been seeing the yellow on black, maybe I want red on black or white on black. I would choose the corresponding one to do that. And then I would also want to change the highlight color that highlights behind that button, which I can do in edit mode. Just by clicking on this message window and going to this pencil and picking another contrasting color like green. For the red on the black, I'll pick green. Say okay, and we will say okay, go back. And now when I start my writing, it's going to have that keyboard and the text will be red on black highlighted in green.
Read message. Controls and done. E-A-I-O-U. T-N-H-L-G.
I'll pick that.
T-N-H-H. Read message. Controls and done. E-A-I-O-U. E-A-I. I. Read message. Read message. Controls and done.
And you can add the space, and you could hide some of these complexities in the keyboard if the child isn't ready for the punctuation or the shifting and that sort of thing. And then when they're done writing, they would go to done writing, which would always,
T-S-F, read mess, controls and done, space, delete, hide alphabet, uppercase shift, punctuation, new line, numbers, done writing.
Done writing. And then it goes into the similar type of situation that you had with the write-in notes. This is consistent across different templates. So the child only has to kind of learn the operational skills of one type of activity, but they still have lots of different activities that use that same process. They can just look at the text, read it fast, slow, text it, or save, email, or print. Okay.
Sure, so they can concentrate on the task and not on learning how to use that particular activity or template. Okay.
Exactly, that becomes more automatic.
Want to save your writing?
Done. Finished with that.
Okay.
Can you show us other types of writing activities? So we have a better sense of what's included in this collection. So we've seen keyboards, we've seen notes. What else is there?
Okay, let's go back to the launcher. And I can open the writing activity since you asked about writing. And we will look at the write about ecosystems. Okay, this is an activity that's built on 2 sentence starters. Sometimes teachers assign individuals to compare 2 things, like 2 different ecosystems. So the template for this allows you to put in a sentence starter for one ecosystem and a sentence starter for the other. So let me open it. And the 2 sentence starters here, I can go to set up starters and endings. And one will be in a rainforest you might find, and I can change that. Or in a desert you might find. And then if I go to edit, that's where you would change it. And then I'd go to the next page, and this is where you can add some of the options. In this page, you would want to co-plan with the individual things they want to include in this activity. They might use some of these words or none of the words. They may not be, they may not use all of them, but they'll be able to select the ones they want. They select their sentence starter and they select one of these words. So let me go show you how that works. After you've changed everything you want to change, you go to apply and save. Oops, we have to get out of edit mode, apply and save, and we're back to
that.
and I hit done. So let me go back to writing ecosystems, and the individual then would start
New writing.
the new writing here, and it would bring up the 2 sentence starters.
Choose your sentence starter or read what you wrote.
So they use their switch.
In a rainforest you might find. In a desert you might find.
Okay, I'm going to pick that one.
In a desert you might find.
Okay, and then there's options here.
Rocks. Cactus.
Let's choose cactus.
Cactus. In a desert you might find cactus.
Okay, and then it automatically
Choose your
takes me
sentence
back,
starter or read what you wrote.
and I can do more on the rainforest. I could do more on the desert. I could go to the rainforest, whichever
In a
I want.
rainforest you might find.
I'll try that one.
In a rainforest you might find.
And so here's the options that came up.
Rocks. Cactus. Birds. Sand. Animals.
Now, don't like any of those. I
Type
could
with the alphabet.
type with the alphabet, like using the keyboard, like I've already shown you, or I can click to more choices, and these options that are listed will change. Okay, so it allows me to put what I want. So let's see.
Sand dunes.
No,
Scorpions.
no,
No water.
no.
Bugs.
Well, maybe that.
Trees.
I like that one. So I'm going to select that one,
Trees.
and it enters it into my,
In a rainforest you might find trees.
and I can make this a long writing
Choose your
activity
sentence starter
or a very
or
short
read what you wrote.
activity. If I go down to read what you wrote,
In a rainforest you might find. In a desert you might find. Read what you wrote.
Choose how to read what you wrote.
you may recognize this type of a page. It's the same as in the other activities. The child can interact with it. So for more repetition with variety, they can read it fast, read it slow, or you might have programmed different voices into this activity so that they get some variety in their reading it back and enjoying it. And then also gives them a purpose so that they can send it to somebody or print it and give it to someone or turn it in as an assignment to the teacher. So.
Okay, before when you were describing all different types of activities, you mentioned YouTube. So can you show us
You want to save
how
your
the
work?
YouTube activities
Done.
work?
Finished for that.
Absolutely. Okay, so I'm back in my launcher here.
Letters and sound games. YouTube.
Okay, so this is going to go to some YouTube options or to some sample kinds of things. So the way you might use YouTube is you pre-select YouTube activities you'd like the child to explore. This does not open them up to just searching everywhere on the internet or all through YouTube. It is designed so that the instructor pre-selects videos that kind of emphasize certain concepts that they might be learning in class, or provide some extension for things they're learning that the child might be interested in exploring. So let's go down to the one about learning. Oops.
Back to start. YouTube music. YouTube learning videos.
Okay, so let's pick that one and we'll try some science videos.
Back to start. Choose YouTube science.
So for example, when you were doing ecosystems, you might have some videos selected about ecosystems that the child can select off their launcher, go listen to whenever they like. And these are set up in a specific way to allow the child to start it, pause it, and it plays for a certain amount of time. You can decide in settings if you want it to play for 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 45 or 60 seconds. I'll just leave it at 15 for now, and you can save that for that activity. That way, the video doesn't just keep playing while the child might be distracted or doing something else, that they'll hear 15 seconds of it, and then they can activate it again and hear more and more, have more control over listening to that video. So I'll go down to where you choose a video,
Choose YouTube video.
and let's pick the one that says ecosystems.
Ecosystems.
And it will open a video window where the video will play.
The earth is covered in living things.
Okay, and it stops. Then you have the option to
Play or
play it
pause.
again. So if I could play it again, it'll play some more. If I
From
want to
primitive
pause in the middle,
homes to the
Play or
trees.
pause.
I can pause it, and I can go back
Play
and
or
choose.
pause. Choose another video.
I can go back and choose another video at whatever one I want to look at. So this allows the individual the exploration of going through and using their switches to look at different videos that have been pre-selected for topics that they might be interested in. And you can also do very specific topics for that individual child. Okay, when they're done, it will take them back to the portal.
Done.
You said that this is designed to pause after a certain amount of time, but is there a version where the videos do not pause?
Absolutely. So let me go back to the portal. And I'm going to go to the second page of activities where we have the YouTube videos. So there's a template for the videos to start and stop. That's the one with 15, 30, 45, and 60 seconds. And then there's choose YouTube for many videos, start and stop. That's more like often used for music when there's lots of different songs the child might want to select from. And then there's choose your YouTube video, which is just the video comes on and the pause and the play is there, or choose another video, but it doesn't stop automatically. So the child can select it and listen to the whole thing if they like. So you would just make your activity with that template instead. So to use a YouTube video, your school computer would have to have access to YouTube because it goes out to YouTube. That way it doesn't take memory up on the computer itself. It actually goes out to YouTube to play them. If you do not have access to YouTube, you might be able to use some downloaded videos. So there are also templates for videos you might download to your computer. This would also be good if the class is making videos for projects, for a literacy project, making some different things, maybe having family members send in videos related to topics that you could also put in something like this. But those also have start and stop versions and continuous play. There is also one for individuals who are just learning switch access, where they practice the stepping stone 4, which is move, move, get from the stepping stones to switch access process, which is discussed more and used in my other collection, steps before step scanning. But this gives them an opportunity to use a little bit of that skill if they're still struggling with some step scanning access at level 5 on the switch, on the stepping stones to switch access process.
And which one is this template you're talking about? What is
Oh.
the name of it?
Oh, let me go back. Sorry. It's called Choose Downloaded Videos, Start and Stop, Move to Target template. So you
Okay.
make the activity, you name it, pick a color, whatever, change it. And then what it is the video,
Guide.
you pick a video,
Find the play button to start.
and then they scan through until they get to the play button. So it's moving to try to get to a specific target. Switch activates.
Play.
When they hear that, then it'll play. And it goes for a time and stops.
Click the play button to continue.
So
I see.
those are just some stock videos that are in there now, but you can upload whatever videos would be appropriate for that student. I use downloaded videos for this one because I want it to start immediately. Sometimes the YouTube has a second or two delay before it starts, so I want it to start right when the individual selects it. So that we typically use downloads downloaded videos for this activity.
And also
Um,
YouTube, you need an internet connection, right?
True.
And so if you don't have that, then using just videos saved in the device might be a good option.
Yes, they do take up space, but that's a good option as well.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, any other type of activity you would like to demonstrate today?
Well, there's some reading books types activities, some templates and some activities. Let me show you some of those.
Okay.
This is an example of, let's see, I'll do this one. It's reading a book with some auditory and visual supports for those individuals with vision challenges. It gives us extra opportunities to put in supports for them. Although all the activities do include supports, this one is specifically focused that way. And it's an example that I did using just some stock photos, and also I used something outside of MindExpress to create some videos to put into it. So I made some videos, which I'll show you in a minute, and then imported them into MindExpress.
Click to start.
Okay, so we'll start the activity. And you can,
Show me the text.
it will read the text or show you the text without reading it.
Tell me about this book.
This is a button that sort of sets the purpose for listening. So you can you record what you want the child to be thinking about when they're listening to this book.
This book is about things that can swim, things that swim in water. I wonder what kinds of things this book will tell us about. On the cover is a picture. There's a picture of a yellow fish swimming in the water.
Okay, so that's recorded, gives the child an option to hear what the book's going to be about. They can go to the next page.
Show me the text. Tell me about this book. Next.
Okay, and they can do the same thing here. They can show you the text, show me the video.
Show me the text. Show me a video about this picture.
Go to
Next.
the next page. And this one, I'll show you the video.
Show me the text. Show me a video about this picture.
Okay.
This is a picture of the head of a big shark. This is his head. Here's his little eye. And he has big teeth.
And then the individual has the opportunity
Pause
to
video.
pause,
Play
play,
video.
or go back to the page. So they can read through the book. The videos I created in that app called Explain Everything, but you can create a video like that even on your phone by using your drawing tools and making a video that way as well. So you can highlight salient features for those children who might benefit from that sort of thing. And I'll stop to get out of this.
Done. Finished with that.
Okay. There's a variety of different samples here. There's opportunities for you to put a picture in the templates instead of a video, and then record an audio caption, like I did with the fish on that last one, this picture of a yellow fish swimming in the water. So you can have an audio description that the child will say, and the button will say, tell me about this picture. And then it'll be your recorded voice discussing or talking about the pictures. So you don't have to do video, you can do pictures as well with these things. Another fun kind of book activity would be create a book activities. So for this example, I'll show you the dress up book example. And let's start it just like every activity. And let's pick Rudy. This is where you customize it for the individual's friends and family members, teachers, whoever you'd like. But we'll pick Rudy. And we'll select that one. And then Rudy comes up on the screen.
This is a silly dress-up book. You can create the book any way you want.
Rudy's silly dress-up book.
Okay, so then some options come up and you can pick a nose for Rudy.
Elephant nose, pig nose, clown nose,
Let's give him a clown nose.
Clown nose. Rudy has a clown nose.
And then we can pick some ears. Oh,
elephant ears.
I like elephant ears.
Elephant ears. Rudy has elephant ears.
And let's give him a bow tie.
Blue scarf, bow tie,
Bow tie. Rudy wears a
Very
bow tie.
classy.
And then you can pick a hat.
cowboy hat,
Hmm,
clown hat,
let's do the clown.
Clown hat. Rudy wears a clown hat.
And then you can make a comment about it.
looks great, looks silly, looks wild, looks funny.
Looks funny. That looks funny. The end.
Now, on this last page, you have a choice. You can start reading from the beginning. So now your activity has created the book, or you can make another story. So we'll see what it's like from
The
the
end.
beginning.
Start reading from the beginning.
Okay. And so it comes up. You can read it fast, read it slow, or go to the next page. So we'll go to
Next
the next page. This time, let's read it slow.
Next page, read this page, read slow.
Rudy has a clown nose.
Let's read
Next
it
page, read
fast.
this page, read slow, read fast, read fast. Next page,
So you can see how the individual now has a little book that they created with the same things that they picked the first time. These books can also be printed so that the individual can have a hard copy of the books that they create. And it allows them a lot of repetition with variety because there's a pattern here to how the pages fit together. You pick somebody, you put on a nose, you put on the ears, and you keep adding the pieces. So they get to see that pattern, but they have options and choices to create it the way they would like to do it. This particular template is editable by changing the people's faces or pets pictures that are in it. So if I go back to the portal, perhaps I'd like to show you maybe one more writing activities. Write a card. So these activities allow you to write cards so you can include a picture. So for example, this is an example one for a thank you note. And
start new writing.
it tells
How
you
do you want your card to start?
you can pick a,
Dear, to, hey,
Hey,
and then
Pick a person who will
if
get
this was
card.
customized to the child, it would have that individual's family members, friends, cousins, whatever
mom,
on there that you would have co-planned with the individual.
hey, mom.
And then it will come up
Pick a
with
sentence to write.
some sentences which you can change.
oops, thanks a million.
Thanks a million. Hey, mom. Thanks a million.
Now choose a picture for your card.
And it allows you to also incorporate a picture.
It's great, fantastic, yummy, awesome.
Awesome.
And I assume its photographs are
Mom.
customizable, right? You
Yes.
Thanks a
put your
million.
own images.
You can
Awesome.
change them. And then
How do
because
you
I
want to
don't,
sign your
this is the
card?
example, I don't know who it's from, I would do
Oops.
sign your name
Sign
with the
your name with the
alphabet
Sign
like
your
we
name
did
with the
earlier.
alphabet.
And you could sign it and read it, and it would have the same type of activities that the others had. Okay,
Thank you, Linda. I have one more question for you. If people would like to try this collection, what are the steps? Where can you buy it? Where can you download a demo? Is there a trial version? Can you give us all this information?
sure. Probably the best way to find the information is to start with Mind Express already installed on your computer. You can use the demo version of Mind Express for 30 days. And then you go into or create any profile. And from that portal, you can go to Menu, Import. And when you click import from inside a portal, it takes you to their website online if you'd like, and you can go to their online page sets by clicking this one. And here you would want to search the name of the collection, switch on literacy and click the search button, and there it is. This will allow you to download a sample file that describes what's on Switch on Literacy and select the item and then click import. And it downloads to the portal that you have open on MindExpress. So when you open this activity, it gives you some of that same sample information about the activity. It tells you how to download and install it. There's a link and there's a video on here that tells you how to import it. And so once you have this on MindExpress, you play the video and that'll show you how to import the whole profile. So everything's organized and ready to use with kids.
And so there is a button that says, please download. Is that what you were supposed to select to have the entire collection?
Yes, if you say, please download the entire collection, it will go online and it will download. It's already started downloading the entire collection. I'll cancel that. But that will go to your downloads file, and then you'll actually create a new profile with that file so that you have a clean Switch on Literacy profile. And you can import that as many times as you want, and you can have one for each student so that they're all different, and you have the templates ready for every student and the specific activities that they would like or that that child might be working on could be with that particular profile.
You said that MindExpress can be trial for 30 days. What about Switch on Literacy collection? What is the time for the demo version?
It is also a 30-day demo.
Okay, and who sells this activity? Where can it be purchased if people are interested in continuing to using it after 30 days?
Okay, so if you click here on the first page of that demo file, you can see if you're in the United States, Star, if you're in Australia, Zytec, and if you're in Canada, Bridges.
Okay, wonderful. Well, I think this is a great collection, and we thank Linda for this wonderful overview. And Linda, would you like to say something else?
No, I'm very excited about this. I'd love to hear how people use it and what kinds of activities they create, because it's very open to be specifically tailored to individuals' needs and to whatever curriculum type activities the teachers might be working on.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank
and
you,
have a
Fia.
wonderful day. Yeah, bye-bye.
Thanks, bye.